Shilpa Nair is joining us with more details on this. Beautiful images coming in, Shilpa, of the Prime Minister getting blessed by the elephant in the temple, who's also all decked up for this moment. And next, the Prime Minister will be there offering darshan. He's going to be listening to the Ramayana in Tamil.
Well, yes, Akshita, in fact, Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple is all decked up, as is, Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple is a beautiful temple with around 22 gopurams, which has which is magnificent to even, see. So that's the kind of beauty that Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple is, and the Prime Minister, of course, visiting. There's elaborate arrangements put in place. From yesterday, the public darshan for the general public was shut off because of the security reasons. And the Prime Minister arrived at the Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple just a short while back, and he's of course offering prayers, taking blessings from the temple elephant, and in just a short while from now, he will be listening to scholars reciting the Kamba Ramayanam. That is something that he'll be doing at the Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple. And just to give you a perspective on why Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple is important, this is one of the biggest and most important Vaishnavite temples in the entire country. In fact, the deity there is Lord Ranganatha. It's a reclining avatar of Lord Vishnu, and this deity also finds a mention in the Sanskrit epic of Ramayana. In fact, several Vaishnava scriptures mention the connection between the idol worshipped in this temple and Ayodhya. It is believed that the image of Lord Vishnu used to be worshipped by Lord Ram and his ancestors, and it was given to Vibhishana to take it to Lanka. And on the way, this idol was fixed in Sri Rangam. And another important aspect of the temple, Tamil poet Kamba, who wrote the Kamba Ramayanam, it is believed that once he wrote Kamba Ramayanam, inspired of course by the Arulmigu Ramayana, he first brought it to the Sri Rangam Temple so that the scholars there can approve of it. So there are several such significance, when it comes to Sri Rangam Temple, and that is also the reason why the Prime Minister will be listening to scholars reciting the Kamba Ramayana at the Sri Rangam Temple in just a short while from now. But apart from that, if you talk about the temple itself, it is, there are 21 grand gopurams there at the temple. There are several inscriptions which date back to several thousands of years ago. In fact, these inscriptions, they've been publicized in volumes, as far as experts are concerned. So it is a very historically and culturally rich temple that the Prime Minister is visiting. And ever since, the last couple of days, since 11 days now, the Prime Minister has been, of course, has been observing pujas, and he's been performing pujas and chanting prayers, because of course the Ayodhya consecration ceremony is all set to happen on Monday, the 22nd of January. So ahead of that, Prime Minister is ensuring that he does his part by being devoted offering puja to Lord Ram, and that is the reason why wherever he's going in the last couple of days, he's ensuring that he visits one important temple and he offers his prayers there. Sources from the government also saying that he's been very strict in terms of his lifestyle in the last couple of days as well. And after Sri Rangam Temple, he will be coming to Rameshwaram, where we are currently at, and he will be offering his prayers at the Sri Ranganathaswamy Temple here in Rameshwaram, which again is one of the biggest and most important Hindu pilgrimage centers. It is part of the Chardham Hindu pilgrimage center, apart from Kasi and two other temples, Puri and Dwarka. And in fact, if we speak about the Rameshwaram temple also, there are 22 tirthas here, which is holy water. So the Prime Minister is expected to take bath in this holy water, the 22 tirthas, which starts with Agni Tirtham, which is the sea, and he is also expected to carry the holy water from Rameshwaram to Ayodhya. So these are all a part of his itinerary, and apart from that, once he comes to Rameshwaram, he will be taking part in a Ramayana Parayana. That is something that we're given to understand, and also a Bhajan Sandhya. As far as this Ramayana Parayana event is concerned, the program will be held in 8 different languages. In fact, the 8 different traditional mandalis will recite Sanskrit, Awadhi, Kashmiri, Gurmukhi, Assamese, Bengali, Maithili and Gujarati Ram Kathas,
which is of course recounting the episode of Lord Ram's return to Ayodhya. So several such programs lined up for the Prime Minister today and tomorrow. Tomorrow he will be going to Dhanushkodi, where he'll of course go to the confluence point of the Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal's place, which is very, very important in terms of Ramayana as well. Some believe that the Ram Setu, the work for building the Ram Setu, which Lord Ram used to used for crossing over to Sri Lanka, that the construction began from this Arichal Munai point in Dhanushkodi. And apart from that, there is the Kothandaramaswamy Rama Temple also in Dhanushkodi that the Prime Minister will be visiting. Just to give you a brief about that temple, it is according to legends, according to mythology, it is believed that Lord Ram coronated Vibhishana at this particular temple, and that is the reason why all these temples, if you see, are so significant in terms of the consecration ceremony that takes place on Monday in Ayodhya. And that is the reason why the Prime Minister has chosen to visit these temples, because these are very, very important for any Ram Bhakt to visit. Every Hindu, we see these are temples that lot of pilgrims come on a daily basis, even here in Rameshwaram, even at Sri Rangam. These are temples on a daily basis. We see thousands and thousands of devotees coming there to offer their prayers. And Prime Minister, of course, he had come here on an official visit, but he also made sure that he visits these temples, especially ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony at Ayodhya. He had, of course, come for the Khelo India inaugural ceremony, but the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, is fully packed with temple visits. And that just goes on to show the kind of devotion that the Prime Minister has. He is ensuring that he undergoes that rigorous ritual before he takes part in that Pran Pratishtha ceremony in Ayodhya.